see a sword from my multi glory. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna watch another video with you guys. Today, keep it up, keep it up. You're lagging, you're lagging. Why are you lagging? Stop lagging, chat. I'm not you. Stop lagging, camera. Stop. I paid a lot of money for you. Stop lagging. My normal computer costs $150. Now look at me. Good boy. Alright, today we are going to be watching 3 true... Let me rephrase, y'all. 3 true Tinder dates, horror stories by I Am All Scary Tales. 26 minutes ago. So I'm right on time. It's great. And you're not right on time, but because I have to wake y'all up. Now get up! You know what time it is? 11:33. Get up! Y'all be sleeping too much. Even you, Derek. Ooh, you lucky, bro. Y'all sleep early in the morning. I gotta go. That's how straight I am. Y'all gotta fast. Every single fast. Wait, do I look like this person? Right here? No, I don't look like that person. Like, back from. I edit this whole thing. Don't worry, chat. I edit it. Now let's get started. My microphone on. I know I'm sorry for this one. I just realized my mic was not on. Look. And y'all couldn't even see my face, bro. So let me check if y'all can see my face, bro. Yeah, y'all can see my face now. Y'all can see my face now. Like, I'm so sorry, chat. I'm so sorry, chat, bro. Because I love y'all so much. I forgot to put my audio on. I forgot to put my music on. I forgot to put my voice on. I even forgot to put my face on. So let's get started, chat.
Get this sheet up, boy.
And this whole entire thing is edited by me, so don't forget. Thank y'all. Now let's get started. Alright, play it.
Where's my phone on? You, Darius?
Huh?
What the heck is this?
What?
Who turned my phone on? This phone be tripping.
If you want to build an app and have no idea how to code or where to start, check out Base.4. I built a daily habit tracker.
But you gotta iPhone to run fast.
Track their mood.
That's why it makes your phone get so
See how far
easy.
they've come.
Because they fast.
I gotta go to the watch house y'all going to.
Wait, what?
That's right, when I get ready to go, but it's going on, it's gonna be late on night. Yeah, you got this house for me.
I am about this house.
So I got to do a 3-day weekend. Ain't no school Monday. You got homework, tomorrow. So Monday you
alright.
I'm 40 and work in tech. Let's just say I don't exactly light up a room. After the end of a 5-year relationship, I hit a pretty low place. That's when I...
No, why are you using Tinder as your... Ooh, my baby sugar daddy. No, hey, yo. That wasn't me. That's the sound effect. So, now let's get started.
Downloaded Tinder. I used Tinder as a temporary distraction from serious relationships. And one day, I met Darla.
No, Doug.
put this on the tip.
Let's just say that was beauty. That was Beauty and the Beast.
She was 35.
35? No, she look like 60, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Look at her hair, bro. She a red hair, bro. At least.
With red hair, kind eyes, and a smile that somehow
No, what? What smile?
made me feel seen. A little quirky.
That was not me. That was not me.
Sure. She said she lived in an old farmhouse on the outskirts of town.
I can tell!
With a paralyzed grandfather. She was funny, on it.
Nah, bro, she's not honest. What she's honest about? Her hairline? But what she honest about? She don't got no butt, no dot, no nothing, bro. What are you doing with your life, bro, to deserve this? Bro, what are you doing with your life?
Didn't actually seem interested. After a couple of casual dates, she invited me to stay over at her place.
No, No, come to my place. I'll teach you how to read some respect. It's probably Diddy in there, bro. Don't go.
She said it would be nice to cook me some.
Bro, look at all of this, bro. No.
Something homemade, and she didn't like leaving her grandpa alone at night. I hesitated for a second, thinking how fast it was moving, but I was craving connection, so I agreed. The farm.
No, you trying to create that. Like, bro, you don't want no connection, bro. All you want is a clap. Just one clap, bro. That's all you
was
want.
far into the woods. It looked old but cozy, surrounded by a rustic charm. She greeted me with a kiss and...
Man, there's somebody better than Timu, bro. I mean, not Timu, bro. Where you get this lady from? From Timu, bro? Like, that thing cost 99 cents. Like, what?
A warm smile, then showed me around. The living room was full of antiques. The kitchen smelled like herbs and raw meat. She said she was making stew, her grandfather's favorite. That's when I first noticed...
No, bro, no. She probably killed her grandfather. I know. I ain't gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge.
Something strange. Big chunks of raw meat sitting out on the counter. No fridge, no ice. I asked if she was going to put them away.
Nah, the doctor prescribed it that way. Grandpa's on a full meat diet, you know?
As night came, the farmhouse grew eerily quiet. We sat on the couch and talked, but my eyes kept drifting to the hallway, to Grandpa's door.
Why? Because she get the grandpa there, bro. If y'all never seen Final Destination, I'll be watching too much Netflix or Disney. That might get killed.
She said he was paralyzed, couldn't speak, and hadn't left his bed in years.
Why are you lying? You're flying your cap off, bro. What are you doing, bro?
But I never once heard him. No creaks, no coughs, nothing.
Give me that sticky note.
Agile teams don't have to start from square one. Need to run agile events with a hybrid team? Use the...
At around 11, she got up, saying she needed to change her grandpa into sleeping clothes and give him his medicines. After she left,
Bro, why are you lying?
I started to feel bored, so I wandered around the house.
Bro, you know you're gonna get killed, man. Just say that.
Walked over to the basement door. Out of curiosity, I opened the door, and a wave of reeking odor hit me in the face. It smelled like something died down there.
Somebody did that. Her grandpa.
My phone for light and started down the wooden stairs. As I descended, my knees started trembling. There were jars, dozens of them, filled with what looked like human parts. Fingers, eyeballs, and pieces of flesh floating.
Bro, that is nasty! Yo, what's that? Yo, what is that? Look behind you!
Red fluid. There were crates stacked with bones. Some still had blood and skin on them. And hanging from the ceiling on rusted meat hooks were human torsos.
Yo, it got a ring.
Cut open, ribs exposed. One still had a wedding ring on. I threw up right there. What the hell? Suddenly, I heard a sound upstairs. The bathroom door swung shut. I rushed up the stairs, locked the basement door again, and returned to the couch just in time. Darla smiled at me.
Everything okay?
I forced a grin. Yeah, just stretching my legs. My brain was screaming. I needed to get out, fast. But I noticed a deadbolt on the front door, and there was no key in sight. I didn't want to raise suspicion, so I told her I was worn out and asked if I could lie down. She agreed and led me down the hallway, right past her grandfather's room. The door of the room was open, and I saw this small window near the bed. The window was just large enough for me to climb through, which was likely my only escape route. She pointed me at the guest room across the hall.
Okay, Batman. Okay. Get out of bed now. Okay.
I'll be back in a minute with blankets. Just make yourself at home.
As soon
But she does not look fine.
as she left, I tiptoed into Grandpa's room. It was pitch black.
Why don't you go first in the You're done, bro. You're done.
I used my phone again, low brightness. He was lying in bed. His face was
He's dead!
hidden behind a curtain hanging from the ceiling, like in hospitals. There were stacked up plates under his bed with flies buzzing on them. My blood curled, thinking I was in the same room with the cannibal. I kept my eyes on him and moved toward the window. It was old and stiff, but I managed to slide it open inch by inch without making much noise. I was almost done when I heard slow, raspy breathing coming from the bed. I froze. I looked back, and without warning, the man's head turned. It snapped to the side like a doll. His eyes opened wide, and
So, bro isn't dead.
I swear on my life, he smiled. Not a soft smile, a grotesque, crooked grin that stretched too far. His teeth were sharp and filthy, like they'd grown past what was human. I panicked and climbed out the window, scraping my arm on the way down. I didn't stop to look back. I just ran through the woods until I hit the main road. I hitchhiked to a gas station, from where I called the cops. They went back to the house that night. Here's the part I still don't understand. When they got there, the house was empty. Darla, Grandpa, and the horror in that basement were all gone. They said the place hadn't been lived in for years. They showed me property records. The last listed owner was a man named Roy Miller, a butcher. He had been paralyzed after a farm accident in the late 90s. He died in 2003. And Darla?
Hold on to them. Yo, that shows a bad parenting. So if you add that song, 2003 plus. I'm just playing chat, but so the horror game was after he died.
There was no record of anyone with that name connected to the property. No license, no social, nothing. I check the news every week for stories about missing men, and I can't use dating apps anymore. But sometimes, at night, I'll dream about that house. And in the dream, I'm back in that room, staring into those wide, dead eyes of that old cannibal, as the broken grin slowly stretches across his face.
When it came time to take things to the next level, I knew that I had to make a website, and Wix was perfect for that.
This happened about 4 months ago, and even now I still double check every window before going to bed. It started with a Tinder match. His name was Liam. He was a photographer, the artsy kind. His profile was filled with striking black and white portraits, mostly people, but the way he captured emotion in their eyes, it was impressive. He was a smooth talker, and our conversations were engaging. It wasn't pushy like some of the other guys I'd met on Tinder before. So when he invited me for dinner at his place, I said yes. He was excited to show me some of his unpublished work. Honestly, I was flattered. I'd been through a bad breakup recently, and the attention felt nice.
No, bro, she trying to get naughty, bro. Bro, you ask me for that, bro. Just ask me, yo. I'll be your sugar daddy for the day. I'll stop. But if you ever need me, I'm always here. I'll stop, chat.
It was a Saturday night. Liam's apartment was in a quiet building just outside the city. The inside was very minimalist.
Oh my god! Bro, if you're... Bro, oh my god. yo. Bro, I am all you had to put him that ugly? Like, God. Bro is staring at me.
Shut up! You talk too much. I hear you yelling.
Shut up, Derek. Wait, I was just playing. Yeah, sit down.
Talk one more time.
No, shut up, Derek. Oh, I got some more dinner. Alright, I know you're sleeping. I know you're sleeping. Be quiet. Shut up, bitch. Okay, that's stuff. Okay. Ah! Get off me. There you go. Oh! That's what I thought.
I'm already tired.
You said what?
You heard me.
Yeah, go! Sorry, Chad.
I'll be done with PS5.
Alright, Chad. Sorry, let me put my camera up. Alright, let's get started, Chad. Because Derek is so loving. Alright, let's go.
Walls, just enough
Bro,
furniture.
you gotta make him that ugly to describe him, bro. That is crazy, bro. No, bro, I'm not lying, bro. I am art is Bing, bro. No, I am art is roasting this. Bro is roasting, bro.
And lots of black frames everywhere. Once I started observing the photos, a weird feeling crept into my mind. That's what made me feel a bit off. The photos. There were dozens of them, lined up
Hold on.
just enough furniture and lots of black frames everywhere. Once I started to...
Bro, hold on. You got this guy from Squid Game? Okay. Bro, you got this guy from Squid Game. But you teaming up with Squid Game or something, bro? How you got this guy? I'm a horse. I mean, we are horses. We are not people. Sorry, my fault. But he actually died he didn't die, like, then.
Observing the photos, a weird feeling crept into my mind. That's what made me feel a bit off. The photos. There were dozens of them, lined up perfectly. Every inch of the wall seemed to have a face staring back at me. They weren't...
You better tell your... What the... Bro! What is this? Bro, what the... You really trying to get freaky, bro. You really trying to get freaky, bro. No, bro. No, that's not the right choice. Stop with your choices and think with your actions.
normal portraits either. They looked private. A woman brushing her teeth, a man staring out of a dark window, a kid sleeping on a couch, all black and white, all incredibly sharp, and all deeply...
Bro, what are you trying to do? Hold on, let me search this guy up. Hold on, what's his name? You know, I don't even need to search up ugly Roachy Pig. 1992. Kid stalker, gay. Okay. Search up. Bro, it ain't showing me no result. Hold on. I am all scary tales. Alright, there. 1992. Okay, that's the wrong guy.
unsettling,
Because he's that ugly, bro.
as none of them were looking at the camera. I remembered standing in front of one photo, a woman undressing in what looked like her bedroom.
Wow! Your models do know how to pose, huh? Looks so natural.
They aren't models, they're real people.
First, okay, I'm shocked by that. I had a moment of feeling. Bro, look at bro's face, bro. Bro, what the? Bye, I quit. Peace. I quit. No, I quit. No, I quit, Shy. I quit. Because bro really is ugly. You got your lips is green. You need to drink some more water, bro.
He smiled, almost proud. I laughed, thinking he was joking.
No, he's not.
So how did you capture them?
Secretly, through windows. It's the best way, honestly.
Where my mom?
I felt a cold shiver.
Now you know.
Bitch! Where my mom?
Hold on.
Where my mom?
Hold on.
It passed that. It says,
Look at my mom's phone. Hold on. Look at my mom's phone.
No.
My grandma's phone. No, look at my grandma's phone because it's my. Hold on. Look how much views I got on the next 3 weeks. 4 views, right? Look. I got 32 views, 34 views, 47 views, 34 views, 30 views, 59 views,
1.5.
32 views,
2.5.
93 views, 140 views,
Did you think that's
61 views, 82 views, 82 views,
Well, I don't care.
61 views, 104 views, with you in there.
Like, y'all always trying to.
So, what you think they gonna see after you cuss? What you think?
I don't care.
No, bet. Don't touch my
Where my
stuff.
mom?
Yo, stop!
Where my mom?
You could be my cameraman, for real. Can you? You don't say no, bro.
Rubbed down my spine. He poured us wine and served pasta. I kept picking at my plate. My appetite was gone. Every now and then, he'd glance over my shoulder.
Bro, look at this ugly man! Look at this ugly man!
It's like you.
No, I'm talking about that. No, not at you, bro. This on my screen.
Or like he was checking the light.
No, turn it down.
Justifying his peeping Tom behavior for the sake of art. You see, I don't believe in post photos. Real
Ew, bro. Can you be my camera? No.
emotion happens when people don't know they're being watched. That's when they're most vulnerable. I asked if he had ever gotten caught. Once, he said, sipping his wine. She was angry, but I apologized and made it up to her.
Before. No, don't tell me you did that nasty.
That's when my gut screamed at me to leave. I thanked him for dinner and said I needed to get going, but Liam stood up quickly, blocking the front door. Wait, before you go, I want to show you my masterpiece. My heart dropped. I smiled politely and nodded, pretending to be curious. All the while, I was trying to come up with an excuse, something to get out fast. As he turned toward a hallway, I quietly slipped a fork off the table and hid it in my sleeve. He led me to a door at the end of the hall. Even before he unlocked it with a key, I could smell something awful behind it. That was red flag number 200. The room was dimly lit. The smell was choking my nostrils, like something rotten had been soaked in chemicals. The moment the door creaked open, I knew I wasn't safe. There was a chair in the center of the room, and a woman was on it. At first, I thought she was alive, but her skin was gray. Her limbs were swollen. Her head was tilted, and she had this horrible, stiff smile on her face. Her eyes were fixated on me. Her eyeballs were filled with red veins and opened too wide. When I looked closer, I noticed movement inside her mouth. For a second, I thought she was really alive, but then her mouth moved slowly. Suddenly, her jaw flung open, and clouds of maggots dripped to the floor. Tiny maggots wriggled through her hair, too. She was wearing a red bathing suit, like she had been at the beach, but now she was posed like a mannequin, propped up like a trophy. I before. Liam stepped inside, eyes glowing with sick joy. "She's beautiful, right?" he whispered. "I caught her swimming alone 2 summers ago. I watched her for weeks before I made my move. Look at that expression. Fear, trust, confusion, all frozen forever. I couldn't breathe or blink. My brain kept trying to tell me this was fake."
No, it's not. You know what's fake? Your attitude.
A sick art piece, but it wasn't. The smell was real, the flies were real, and so was the psychopath standing next to me. He kept talking, laughing like it was the best moment of his life. Suddenly, something even more horrifying happened. I guessed it was the decomposition or the outside air getting in that room, but the woman's face suddenly sloughed off her skull, revealing the rotten flesh and bone underneath. I screamed and ran for the door. Liam's voice echoed behind me. "Where are you going? There's no need to be scared. I can fix this. I'll glue it up. I thought you understood me." I sprinted out of the door straight to the street. I flagged down a couple driving by, screaming like a lunatic. They called the cops while I sat shaking in their back seat. When the cops arrived, I took them back to the apartment, but Liam was gone. The girl's body, the photos, were still there. My half-eaten plate of pasta was still resting on the table. I searched for weeks, put out alerts, and talked to neighbors. No one really knew him. He had only lived there a few months, paid in cash. I believe he even gave me a fake name. To this day, they haven't found him. But here's the part that really haunts me. About a month after everything happened, I received a package, no return address. Inside was a single photograph. It was me, sitting at a cafe with a coworker. I could tell the photo had been taken from outside the window. I'm a 19-year-old female who just got...
No, she was fine. Alright, Chad, we did the last one. Last round of one. Last round of one. Last round of one. Last round of one. Thanks, you little fine, bro. You
to college, and so far I was living a pretty normal life. I enjoy makeup and horror movies, and I often joke about them with my friends.
Damn. I'll be your #1 fan. Yes!
I recently got on Tinder. It started as a joke with my roommates. They'd said I'd receive a ton of matches because I'm the hot one. I didn't think much of it because I've always...
No, then your fans are right then. Then your fans are right.
Been used to the attention. As I walked through the hallway in my shorts, I noticed that some boys gazed at me with smart...
Man, she thick, bro. She thick. Man, she thick, bro. I want that.
Some girls appeared visibly displeased, but once I...
Would you wear some booty shirts for $1,000? I'll pay in cash. I'll pay in cash. Yo, don't edit this.
I went live on Tinder, and I didn't expect my phone to blow up with notifications.
Of course! You got some cat.
Mostly ignored the weird guys. I just flirted a little to pass the time. But then I got a message from someone with the username @DevotedBlood. Isn't that an intriguing name?
No.
I believe that the profile was fake. It had no pictures.
Bro, just use me, bro. I'm sorry, Giles. Sorry.
Just a black and white rose for the profile pic. But the first message was kind of poetic. I saw you. You're brighter than the moon and darker than sin. I rolled my eyes, but decided to strike up a conversation just for fun.
Smooth. You write that in every girl's DMs?
He replied instantly. No, only you.
Why you gotta say it like that? But if you want me, I'll sell my house for you. And I'll definitely lie you.
What followed were long messages, obsessive. I'd received love letters, poems, and even drawings. At first, I laughed about it with my friends. It was harmless, or so I thought. But then, he started sending photos, notes written on crumpled paper, smeared in what he said was
I love you.
One had my name written over and over again, like in some horror movie. Another said, I'll never
let you go. Have you ever? On top. I'll never let you go. No one else. Everybody cares. Nobody cares about me, but every single day now. I'll never let nobody else have you right now. I love you in this madness. Baby, you make me laugh so much.
Never let anyone else have you. At that point, I unmatched him. I believe the message was from an angsty teenager trying to appear edgy. But then, the text started coming through.
That's like a 30-year-old.
Same username, same poems. One night,
that's like a 30-year-old. I ain't gonna lie. Like a 30-year-old.
In my room, scrolling through reels.
Because bro have zero riz, bro. Bro have zero riz.
Home for the holidays, and my mom was away on a work trip. Suddenly, I got texts from him again. Do you know how crazy I am for you? I love you.
Yeah, you love somebody, and you know who it is.
You. I was in no mood to further encourage this creepy stranger, so I sent,
I bet you aren't man enough to actually show your face, loser.
It was just a petty message meant to irritate him. Like, what could he really do? 5 minutes later, my doorbell rang. It was around 12.
Ain't no way! Bro came to your house? Bro actually came to his house, bro. What? Bro.
30 tonight. I was home alone.
I am on what? Ain't no way, bro actually came to his house. Because that is the most trash, bro.
My heart dropped. I went downstairs, trying to be as quiet as possible, and peeked into the peephole. I didn't see anyone outside. I gently cracked open the door. My eyes wandered over the empty porch, and then I looked down at the ground beneath me. There was a red envelope sitting on the doorstep. I picked
Bro, I just sent a package, and you don't know who
it up with shaking hands. It reeked of a mix of iron and something sour. Once I opened the letter, my palms got sweaty in fear. The words were written in blood, and it read, Did you miss me? I slammed the door shut and locked everything. My voice was breaking as I talked to the 911 dispatcher, almost on the verge of crying. She tried to calm me down and told me to stay on the line until officers arrived. I moved away from the front and turned off all the lights, hoping whoever was out there would think I wasn't home. But then, I made a mistake. I went to check the backyard window, and there was indeed someone. It was a guy standing shirtless in the middle of the yard, completely still. He was merely focusing his gaze on my window. I couldn't scream. I couldn't move. I just watched in frozen horror. I grabbed a flashlight and flicked it on him. The beam hit his chest first, and I saw my name was carved into his skin. Trails of flesh blood oozed from every single letter. K-I-A-R-A. It looked like it had been done with something jagged, like a knife or glass. As I moved the flashlight to his face, he slowly lifted his head, and it wasn't some stranger.
Why are you blushing, bro?
Dad, Alan, the same guy who used to drive us. Always stood a little too close, and who one time told me, "You look older than 19." The one who once commented on my Instagram selfie, "Beautiful, just like your mother." I'd always felt something off about him, but I never imagined this. He gave me this twisted, almost childlike grin, like he was proud of what he'd done. I dropped the flashlight, screaming my lungs out. I rushed back in my room and crouched in the corner, crying like a 6-year-old. The cops arrived 5 minutes later, but he was already gone. They searched the yard and confiscated the letter and even discovered bloody footprints leading into the woods.
I know
Gave
y'all
them all the details. The messages, the username, the notes.
You said
Couldn't
it!
find anything
You
linking
showed it,
Aunt
you said
Dakota's
it.
blood to Alan.
Yeah, boy,
The
That's
number
it,
wasn't in
yeah.
my phone.
I know
The
you was
Tinder
like,
thank you,
profile
Lord,
was
for the
already
food we're about to
deleted.
receive.
It was
Without
like
you
he'd
just
scrubbed
putting it out of
everything.
We pray to God.
They issued a
everybody in the
warrant,
world
but he
sit down and
vanished.
eat some good
Surprisingly, he had quit his
breakfast.
job and left my friend
Amen,
mom
amen,
months
amen.
back. My friend never talks about it. She can't even look at me in the eye. Her mom was taken in for questioning, but she claimed to know nothing.
Where's the
Weeks
other
have gone
one?
by and I still live in fear.
Eat what I
oh.
A few nights ago, I heard a noise at my window. I swear, when I looked, I saw a shadow move away. The next morning, I found a white rose on my porch. It was soaked in human blood, tied to a note that simply said, "The blood may fade, but I never will." I'm getting a restraining order against him this weekend. My mom has told the cops to keep an eye on the guy and get him into custody the moment they spot him. I really hope he gets caught, so I can have sound sleep at night.
Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Love y'all. And peace. Peace. And peace. Oh, chat. I can't like. And peace.